Hit by a train, right?
This is Madmantistv, Secret Swords, Madmantis. So anyway, basically what we are talking about here effectively are movement within combat. Something that a lot of guys who practice in the traditional martial arts, I know this and many people know this, fail to do, is to understand that there's movement within the martial arts. The same way as when you watch anybody, even if he's in the ring, if he's boxing, whatever it is, if your head is too still and you're just staying there, you're likely to get hit. So having to understand head movement, basically, is something that's very, very paramount in all forms of martial arts and all forms of fighting, basically. I mean, so that's what me and yeah, absolutely.
And the current person that uses a lot of head movement is Tyson Fury, isn't it?
Oh yes, Mr. Tyson Fury is definitely a fella that uses a heck of a lot of head movement. Doesn't hang around with his head movement at all, does he?
That's true.
So I mean, it's basically, it's paramount, it's very important because, you know, I'm saying when you do your forms, you know, everything is static, you know, it's still. You come from all kinds of still and static motions and blah, blah, blah. Everything is very static looking still. But that's the practical way of building your engine, designing your structure, preparing yourself. You've got all sorts of training that's involving all kinds of exercises in there to build you up in your training. So now, that's one thing, that's one aspect. Nobody fights as you train.
That's true.
Nobody. People think, oh, this is how you're going to go and get into a fight, you'll be doing all this fantastic blah, 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 blah. No, nobody fights how you train. It's to build your structure, you know what I'm saying? So, what I'm basically saying is that the form, when you go into the aspect of applications, comes alive. It must come alive. That's when it becomes you, because the art is not the only thing that wins, it's you, the person, isn't it?
That's true, that's very true.
That's the most important thing to understand. It's not the art that beats people, it's you, the person. So bring that art alive, make you that art. You understand what I'm saying? Just like any other system. It's like anything you do, you know, you see guys, they train, you know, they train, you know what I'm saying? They move, they whatever. But that system, when they get into a situation where you come to fighting, becomes alive. Because if he's throwing punches here, you're not just going to stand and take them. If he's throwing punches at you, you're going to want to move, and etc. So we've got a lot of that type of movement. Beautiful. Actually, it's some of the most beautiful movement I've seen. In fact, when you get to understand what I'm saying in these arts, you've got some of the most beautiful movement. You know, some of the most evasive ways of getting out of the way. Very natural, very similar. There's something that I always remember. And I remember when I saw this in the Hungar system. This is to the Hungar guys who might know what I'm on about. But you know, we had that movie Karate Kid, do you remember?
Yes.
I swear it was the second Karate Kid. And in the second Karate Kid, I always remember that. And it related as soon as I watched it again and I was learning Hungar, because there's a technique we got in there known as wind hand. You know, it comes from here. And it's basically hammer fist, isn't it? You strike with a hammer fist, you come round with a hook. And you come back again with a hammer fist, you come round with a hook. So eventually you're like a wind. It's like a wind hand technique. You're kind of like wind, you know what I'm saying? It's going round and round sort of thing. But there's like a drum. You know, you see this drum? It's got like 2 strings attached to it, and it's got like wooden bits on it. And they hold the drum and they do this.
Yes,
Well, that's what that replicates. You know, when you get that sort of movement. You know, that sort of movement, effectively, is basically what that replicates. Of which, let's say swords, if you're, say you're going to move to me, yeah? And I moved. So you come again, see that movement. You come again? That movement is what I'm on about. You know what I'm saying? There's movement in the art. So let's say, for example, like he might throw his punch, yeah? Here. from here, look, that's what that movement, because remember originally, just you go for a quick shot, bang, see what I've done? I've used movement, head movement, right, yeah? And the minute I come here, the point of this drum, the bit of the drum bit, is to come right back, smash, you know, bash, 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 you know, and you're going to just continue to bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your most important thing is that there's evasiveness there. You're evading, you know what I'm saying, innit? A technique. Evading punches, basically, you know what I'm saying? The same way as in, you could be dipping, you might throw a punch, you know, I might dip. You see what I say? As a boxer would. Coming for a punch, but he dips, he moves. You know what I say? But and he's also got his attack back. As well as you get out of the way, you've got your offense as well. You know what I'm saying, innit? So basically that's what we covering. Head movement and movement within martial arts. You know, and especially within the Kung Fu systems, when you train it, like I said, it's static. It must come alive when you fight with it, when you use it, when you train with it, when you spar with it. Otherwise, kind of useless. It's just too rigid. You must never be. Rigidness comes from being stuck in the form mindset. You've got to come out of the form and come alive. That's what we're going to talk about.
True. Okay, thank you very much.